Hey, Gomer here. Just doing the Dallas Cowboys draft recap over the weekend. I was going to do this yesterday, but I didn't have time. And as you know, in the first round, they got wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, who happened to fall to them at the 17th pick. They then followed it up with the guy I wanted them to pick in the first round, Trayvon Diggs, cornerback from Alabama. Then they got my fellow Canadian from Ottawa, Neville Gallimore, defensive tackle from Oklahoma. So that's what they picked in the first 3 rounds of the draft. They got the cornerback that they needed. Now let's see who else they picked. So the 123rd pick, they went and picked cornerback Reggie Robinson, the second, from Tulsa. And he figures to be a nickel, one of the nickel backs, or definitely a special team player, as they already have Anthony Brown on the roster, and Trayvon Diggs is expected to start as well, as they got 2 other guys there. So the Cowboys made a draft day trade with the Eagles to select Wisconsin center Tyler Biadasz with the number 146 pick. This is the guy I thought they should have gotten in the 3rd round. So it's kind of cool that 2 guys I wanted them to take, they actually got. Not where I was expecting them to get taken. So this guy definitely helps fill the void that Trevor Frederick left when he retired. They both came from the same school, and hopefully this guy can fill that role. He'd be the only true center on the offensive line right now. So in the 5th round, the Dallas Cowboys selected Utah defenseman Bradley Aniyah with the 179th pick. Now I kept seeing him on Mel Kiper's best available back in the 3rd and 4th round. So this guy obviously fell deeper into the draft for some reason, and it'll be interesting to see if he can crack the starting lineup or become a good rotational player. And then finally they took James Madison quarterback Ben DiNucci with the number 231st pick in the NFL draft, 7th round pick. Just a development quarterback, guy to hold a clipboard and maybe compete for a 3rd quarterback spot, because right now all they have is Dak Prescott's the starter, obviously, and they have Cooper Rush as their backup. And Cooper Rush has only thrown 4 passes in the last 2 years. So it doesn't look promising. They need another quarterback. They actually need a veteran quarterback, but free agency could easily fix that in the long run. So there you have it. That's the Dallas Cowboy draft class, which brings us to the undrafted rookies that the Cowboys are expected to sign. Now, the draft being only 7 rounds long, there are a lot of good players that didn't get drafted. I remember the day when there used to be like 12 rounds, and way back it used to be up to 19 rounds. So you could find quality players after 7 rounds. Aaron Parker, wide receiver, Rhode Island. Sean McKeon, tight end, Michigan. Tight end is a bit of a concern considering they only have Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz and they have that Bell guy from Kansas City. They got 3 tight ends on the roster. I expect Blake Jarwin to step up his game, and I like to see Dalton Schultz more. Stephen Guidry, wide receiver, Mississippi State. I've heard his name before in college, watching some college ball, so see if he comes up. Terrence Steele, offensive tackle, Texas Tech. He'll have his work cut out for him because it is a loaded line. Rico Dowdle, running back, South Carolina. We see if he can make enough for the special teams and maybe become a fullback, because the Cowboys desperately need a true fullback in the Daryl Johnston mode. Sewo Onyanilua, running back, TCU. Again, another running back, probably a special teamer guy, and also hopefully he has can play as a fullback. Darius Hamilton, edge, North Texas. Another defensive lineman, because they are kind of weak on the defensive line right now. But with the 2 picks they got, that should help solidify that. Garrett Mariano, defensive line, UAB. Be tough for an undrafted free agent to make the squad. Francis Bernard, linebacker, Utah. Utes must have had a really good team, because I've seen a lot of Utes got drafted this year. Rondell Carter, edge, James Madison. Luther Kirk, defensive back, Illinois State. Finally, Charlie Tamopeo, tight end, Portland State. So hopefully 1 or 2 of these guys can step up, make the squad, and help out, especially on the defensive line and in the running back, fullback department. To find anyone would be amazing. Anyway, that's all I got for the draft. Hopefully the Cowboys can the Cowboys have a better draft class than they did last year. There were a lot of disappointments last year, and hopefully these guys are better than the draft class that took Taco Charlton, because he turned out to be quite a bust with Dallas. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Let me know what you guys thought about the Cowboys draft or any of the other drafts, the teams that drafted. And until next time, later.